Hi book lovers, it's Jenny at Julia Baby Jen and this is my May book haul. Alright, so I have a huge stack of books here. I'm going to try to go through them very quickly. I'm sorry my thumbnail, I wasn't holding any books up, but there's just too many to hold up. The first stack I'm going to go through are all books I got in Iowa City when I was there for my day trip for my birthday. I already did a video hauling those. I just wanted to go through them really fast, so I'm not going to spend any time on these. I will link below the video with the Iowa City book haul on it, so you can, if you want to learn more about the books and where I got them and that kind of thing, you can watch that video. So let's get going with those. And these are a mixture of new and used books. I have Dead Wake from Erik Larson. The Tea Rose by Jennifer Donnelly. Winter of the World by Ken Follett. And Edge of Eternity by Ken Follett. The Broken Eye by Brent Weeks. A Treasury of Swashbuckling Adventures. Parisians, An Adventure History of Paris by Graham Robb. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. Rose Under Fire by Elizabeth Wein. Barchester Towers by Anthony Trollope. The Paris Vendetta by Steve Berry. Major Pettigrew's Last Stand by Helen Simonson. Sherlock Holmes Volume 1 by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Meditations and Other Metaphysical Writings by Rene Descartes. And The Analects by Confucius. Oh, one more. The Wizard of Oz coloring book. Illustrations by Fabiano Atancio. Not sure how to pronounce that. Those are all the books I picked up in Iowa City. Quite a lot, and I didn't actually spend very much money on those. But like I said, I talked a lot more about them in my Iowa City book haul, so I will leave that link below if you want to hear more about those particular books. Moving on. First of all, my Target was having a great sale on YA paperbacks, so I stopped by there to pick up a few of those. They were $6, and that was a great deal. I don't know if the deal's still going on. I do know some people have said that their Targets had the same deal, but they didn't have as much selection as mine did. Mine had like a choice of like 20-some books. Most of them were contemporary and beach reads, but there were some other ones mixed in there too. So the ones I picked up from that sale was I got Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is the first book in the Red Queen series, which I've read, but I did not own this particular book. I have the second, third books and the novella bind-up, but I didn't own the first book, and I kind of wanted to reread the whole first part of the series before I read The King's Game. So I was going to get this in hardback, but I really haven't found it anywhere yet. I can order it online, but I just hadn't done it. But since they had the paperback for only $6, I decided I'd pick this up for now. Eventually, I'll probably try to get the hardback of this, but for right now, this will work for a reread purpose. And then I picked up The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. This is a fantasy. It's supposed to be like a Russian-style fantasy, and I've heard lots of mixed things about this, but it really intrigues me, and I wanted to read it for a long time. I just hadn't ever picked it up, and now that it was $6 at Target, I thought, well, this is the time to grab it, so I did. And then I got The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. This is hilarious because I was just on Book Outlet, and none of these books are my Book Outlet haul. That hasn't arrived yet. Those will be in the June book haul video. But I was on there, and they had The Wrath of the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger on Book Outlet. But it was the original covers, which was like the hardback with like the red, and then it had a peek-through cover, and then the Rose and the Dagger was the blue with the peek-through cover. Then since then they've released these, and they have another set I think as well of these too in paperback. There's like 3 different covers out there. I've read both of these and I love them, but I don't own them yet. I got them both from the library, and I've been waiting around trying to find a good deal and trying to decide which set I wanted to get because I like them all and I really don't like one more than the other. So I was debating on getting them on Book Outlet. The Wrath of the Dawn was like 8 something, and The Rose and the Dagger was 6 something, and I just wasn't completely sold on those covers. So I decided to hold off for a little bit. I'm like, I'll think about it for a day or two before I order those. Well, then this was one of the books they had on the Target $6 sale. So I'm like, well, that decides it then. So I picked up The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh in this particular cover, which I do really love. So I think I'm going to just get The Rose and the Dagger in this paperback cover, and that will be my set of The Wrath of the Dawn. Because yeah, I really do like these. They're fun, and I really did want to own these. And then while I was there, these were not, well, they were 20% off, but they weren't on sale, so they were like $8, 8 something. I picked up To All the Boys I Loved Before, and P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. I love this. This is a Laura Jean series. I absolutely love these books, and I didn't own them, and I really wanted to. So I was happy to find them in paperback at Target. I just went ahead, bought the bullet, and bought them. So yay, I'm wanting to reread this series this summer. And then this one I actually picked up at Walmart. I think that was all I got from Target. Yeah, that was all I got from Target. This one I picked up from Walmart, Always and Forever Laura Jean. I was just browsing by the books, and this had just come out, and they did have it in my Walmart. I was going to swing by BAM and buy it, but I was like, oh, well, there we go. So I grabbed it. So now I have the whole Laura Jean set, and I'm really excited to read this one. This is a contemporary series about a really adorable Korean girl who's so sweet and naive. And she, to get over crushes throughout her life, she writes the boys she has a crush on a letter. It's kind of like a good boy letter. And she writes why she liked them. It's just kind of this fun little letter. And then she puts them in this hat box her mother gave her. And she actually writes the envelopes out and addresses them and everything, but she never mails them. It's just a way for her to have a little bit of closure. So what ends up happening in the first book, To All the Boys I Loved Before, is they get mailed accidentally. So it's the repercussions of that. And then the story goes on from there in P.S. I Still Love You, and I can't wait to find out what happens in Always and Forever Laura Jean. So it's just her cute story of that. Not only is the romance and everything and the character really cute and adorable, but I love her family. Her family plays a very central role in this, and the Korean American way that they live, and it's very, very good. I just think it's a really nice blend of everything you want in a YA contemporary. Not too serious, but not too fluffy. It's the perfect amount, and it's just an adorable series. And a few more books I picked up from Walmart over the last couple weeks. I picked up The Circle by Dave Eggers, which I'm excited to read. This is out in a movie now, and it's like a thriller. It's kind of like a social media type thriller type story. That's all I really know about it, and I really do want to read this. And then All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, which is a story set around World War II. In England, I'm pretty sure, or no, this is in France, in Paris. So I don't know really the plot points of this, other than I know it's a historical fiction that takes place during World War II, and it won the Pulitzer Prize, and it's supposed to be a really wonderful book. So I'm excited to read that. This I picked up at my library. Sometimes they have some ARCs on the table that you can just grab, and you're just asked to read them and then submit a form that basically is like a small review. And the library decides if they want to buy these books or not for the library. So the one I picked up was Lucky Boy by Shanthi Sekaran. And this is a literary fiction story, and it's about Mexican immigration and all kinds of things like that. It looked like a really good, diverse relevant book to our time. So I thought I read the full synopsis and I can't remember all of it now, I'm sorry, but it looks really intriguing. So yeah, I grabbed that to read. So this is an arc for me to try. And I have a couple books I picked up used on Amazon. I have Polaris by Mindy Nornett. This is a sequel to Avalon, which I read not long ago and loved, and I want to continue on with the series. This is a sci-fi, YA sci-fi space adventure, really, really good. And then I picked up The Curse of the Blue Tattoo by L.A. Meyer. This is the second book in the Bloody Jack series, and I read the first one not long ago and loved it. It's about a girl who hides her identity as a boy and sneaks onto a pirate ship and becomes a pirate. And it's just adorable. So this continues the adventures of young Jackie. Her name is actually Mary, but she calls herself Jack or Jackie. So yeah, I can't wait to continue with this series. It's so much fun. This is something I found at Walgreens. It's so cute. I don't normally haul these. I'm going to start doing it though. A cute little journal. I collect journals and I have a ton of them. I don't usually haul them, but I thought, you know, I really should because I get tons of them. But this one is just adorable. So it's like a retro radio cover journal, and it has the cute little elastic band on it, and then there's the spine and the back, and it's just a cute little lined journal. These are the end papers on it. And then the pages are all the same inside. They're lined. They have kind of that retro 50s retros look to them. So it's a really cute little journal. I don't know what we use it for, but I like to collect journals. And then I have the book that came in my May Crate this month, and that is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. Theme for Crate this month was Comic Explosion. This is about a young teen who's very shy and quiet. She doesn't really have any friends, but she writes this comic adventure stories online, and she has a big online presence. And then this is about a boy who's a huge fan that moves to her school and sort of becomes friends with her, and she's keeping her identity a secret. So it sounds like a really cute story, and I'm excited to read it. And the last set of books I picked up at BAM at different times. I have Descender Volume 1, 10 Stars by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. I can never pronounce that name right. So this is a graphic novel series that I've seen a lot of buzz out for a while, and it looks really good. It's a space adventure type one, and the art looks really beautiful. Beautiful artwork in it, so I'm really excited to read this. Then I picked up Dorothy Must Die Stories Volume 2 by Daniel Page. This is a bind-up of 3 short stories from this series. It's the second volume. She has these there's like 9 short stories, and she has 3 different volumes of them. So short stories are novellas, I guess. I think they might be more like novellas. Yeah, they're novellas. And I think they're all prequel type stories. So excited to read this because I'm rereading this series right now, and I haven't read any of the stories, so. And I picked up Spindle by E.K. Johnston. I've been wanting to pick this book up for a while. It is the sequel to 1,000 Nights, which I have not read yet. But it's like kind of like an Arabian Nights kind of retelling story. But the reason I have the first book in hardback, and these are really worth buying in hardback because you have this beautiful, beautiful cover that goes all the way around. But if you take off the dust jacket, that's the hardcover, what it looks like underneath the jacket. It's the same picture without the lettering, and I love that. And then the end papers are gorgeous in this. It's just a really beautiful book. Here's the title page. I love the teal paper it has there. And then the rest of it's pretty normal standard text. But I just loved the cover to this and the end papers. It's worth buying just for that. And it's Haley in Bookland is the one who she had a video about naked books, or I think it was naked hardbacks. And so these are the books, one of the books she showed, and I'm like, oh, I owned 1,000 Nights when I saw that video, and I didn't even know that. I never took off the dust jacket. So I'm like, oh wow, I have to get Spindle. So I picked up Spindle. And then this book I bought with a gift card for my birthday from my daughter. I picked up The Pearl Thief by Elizabeth Wein. This is one book I was looking at when I was in Barnes & Noble, Iowa City, and I didn't grab it. I grabbed Rose Under Fire instead because I hadn't read that one yet. But then I got the gift card, so I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to pick up this one. And then finally, the book that I knew I was going to pick up as soon as it came out, A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. And this is the BAM edition, which is an exclusive edition. And I don't know if all of the books have this, but the end papers to this is absolutely incredible. So there's the end papers to it. It has graphics of the characters, and the back has different graphics on the end papers. So yeah, this was definitely worth getting. I haven't read it yet. I know I'm terrible. I know a lot of people like read this right away, and I should have, but I've got so many other books on my plate that I really wanted to read in May. So this will be a June read for me, I think. I can't wait to read it. And that is my May book haul. Go ahead and leave me comments below on what you bought this month, or if you want to talk about any of these books. I hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.